Hey guys, it's Tomerback speaking. Let me know if you can hear me and if you can see the screen that I'm sharing. Hello, hello. Can you hear me, guys? Okay, I see that comment going through. So hopefully everything is fine with my voice. I was a bit ill for the last couple of days, so I'm still recovering, but should be fine. Okay, let me just set up one more thing and we'll be ready to go. Okay. Cool. So, guys, the reason why I'm doing this one is because many people ask me what plugins do I use? Can I help them with some plugins just to speed up the website and all the bits? And the thing is, the plugins on the WordPress, they should be really on a minimum amount, as less as possible. All depend on your server and the speed of your server. If you're using just a shared hosting, really keep this number very low, because every plugin slows down the website. I mean the resources from the server. So on my website, I'm using the Lightspeed hosting, which is something a bit better than just classic Apache, and it's not a shared hosting, so to be honest, I can run as many plugins as I want and it won't slow down. However, I still keep the rule less is more on this one. And going through the plugins, first one is 410 for WordPress. The reason why I'm using this plugin is purely because I have some pages, and I had pages in the past or posts that I really don't want to show anywhere. Because I simply remove them, so saying to the Google that those posts doesn't exist anymore, they are not on my blog post, was the only way to show this. It's a bit different comparing to 404, because 4010 simply means content doesn't exist, or it says no longer exists. So whenever Google will visit the link that they have in a cache, they will simply get the 410 error. It means we're not visiting this link again. So in my Webmaster Tools, I won't see, where is it? Webmaster Tools? Webmaster Tools. So on my search console, I won't see those pages as errors again. And if you go to crawl errors, those are new, which I need to work on. But on crawl stats, they're not going to be indexed again. The next plugin, which is offline, maybe let's go through active plugins only. Akismet anti-spam. Well, the plugin is like everyone must have. This is a free plugin, and it's helping us to control the spam. Because I'm not going to show the screen because there's my key. The thing with this plugin, it just simply works in the background. Protect your blog from spam, from comments, from any weird actions. This is just my choice. I don't use anything else for the spam. Animated GIF resize. This is like an extra plugin, and I have this one because the normal WordPress out of the box can't resize the GIF. I mean, if you're using the image sizes, and for the blog post you want to keep, for example, large size or medium size, when the WordPress resizes your GIF, it won't be animated anymore. So this plugin just adds extra code to your WordPress. It's very light, so it doesn't affect your performance. And simply thanks to this one, WordPress is able to resize GIF and they will be still in the same quality and they can animate. Complete Analytics Optimization Suite. This is my plugin for Google Analytics. There is like thousands of plugins, and you can use, to be honest, which one you want, because well, those plugins are just to add the code from Analytics. However, the Chaos Complete Analytics Optimization Suite gives me one more option which I need. It's adjusted bounce rate, which I can set for example, for 30 seconds, and also very useful for me, position of tracking code. I prefer to keep this in a footer, so it's loading after all images. It means on the GTmetrix test and Pingdom test, I don't need to load this at the beginning, so they just don't complain about it, okay? And no other configurations here, because it's just a plugin. You put your Google Analytics tracking ID and that's it. And it works. Contact Form 7. Well, let me elaborate on this one, because I use two contact forms. Contact Form 7, which is free and ready to go for everyone, and Gravity Forms. I use them for different purposes. Contact Form 7 I have for some kind of inquiries before the wedding, like my forms. Let me show you an example on pages, like this one. This is a Contact Form 7, pure Contact Form 7, nothing else here, okay? And I send this to every couple before the wedding. And I have also Gravity Forms, which is paid, but I use Gravity Forms to build something more complicated. The difference, which I'm going to show you, is massive. For example, before your wedding, contact form looks like this. It's just a pure code, yeah? So you might be confused how to do this, how to add things, how to configure things, because you need to use some kind of HTML code to make it look good. On the Gravity Forms, it's a bit different. This is a drag and drop, and it's here. And I have a wedding questionnaire here, for example. So it looks like this. You pick some fields that you want and simply click on them, and it will go to this one. However, this plugin, to make it perfect, also needs some kind of fine-tune on appearance. You have like custom CSS classes, those are ready to go, and well, you just need some kind of creativity, imagination, how to use them, how to plan the contact form. No matter what, I'm using two. Gravity is just like all-in-one solution for me, and I have also stats here, so I can read all for example, entries that people filled here. This is very useful for people who struggle with email and contact forms, because lately I see many people asking on forums why my contact form is not sending me messages. Well, we'll go to this step and I will show you one more solution, but Gravity Forms will deal with that. The next thing, I'm using custom post. This is something that probably you will never use, but I'm using a custom post, so I have two plugins for that. Custom post type permalinks, and it simply allows me to control how the permalink of custom post will look like. And that's the section here, which I just highlighted, and I can really decide what I want to show, like this category, post, and all of this. And what is custom post? Custom post, for example, on the classic out-of-the-box WordPress, you have posts and you have pages, okay? And I've added three categories: stories as a portfolio, education as a blog post only for education, which is my section for photographers, and weddings, which I'm using for like SEO purposes. I will show you in a second, that's not a problem. And the thing here is that those blog posts like weddings, stories, and education, they are separated from posts, because on my blog, like here, I don't want to be, you know, tricky, hide post and other bits. I want to keep here what I want to show. This is my normal post, okay? Those are my weddings, engagements, films, and also some education for couples, like what to wear for a session and other bits. So this is my blog, which is here, posts, okay? Education is something different. Education can be found on my website, for example here. Let's go to homepage. And I have a section education here, and education got a blog also, but on this blog you will see only posts for photographers. They are separated. They are not blog posts like those with weddings. However, they look exactly the same. There is nothing wrong with this one. And also you can have a navigation, you can have a related post, whatever you want. It's just like you see the navigation for this one, and everything works here. And the same what I do, because I don't want to show, for example, the wedding venues that I'm going to describe for SEO and other bits. I keep everything here simply in a blog post which are custom. So this is only for Google. If someone is looking for example, Amalfi Coast wedding photographer, they will find this page. That will be my landing page, so they can read a couple of informations and they can get in touch. This is a whole another story, how to create those landing pages and what are the for. Now, because I'm lazy, sometimes I like that plugin duplicate page. It's not actually only page, because in the settings you can set for custom post, you can set for just normal posts and pages. And it's simply, if I for example have about me page and I want exactly the same copy but just want to change the wording and the images, I simply click duplicate this one thanks to this plugin, and I have a copy. So I can work on this one. Like, this is about me second version. Change the slug, so simply remove and click OK. It will grab your title, and I have exactly the same page like my about. I will put this to the bin because I don't need second version. One is enough. But this is very useful, for example, for those landing pages that you're creating. That will be just lifesaver without copy paste and changing styles, because it copy everything, even the custom fields. If you use them, tags, categories, simply everything. The next one is Easy WP SMTP, and this plugin is purely connected to your WordPress server and email operator. Why I use this one? Just simply to stop struggling with not delivered emails. I use G Suite, and this is the configuration for the G Suite, and simply every email from my website definitely will arrive to my inbox because I'm sending this from myself. Okay? So in my opinion, these days it's a must-have, especially that the hosting operators, they're very often blocking some ports. So this Easy WP SMTP will be a winner for you. Then image sizes. Okay guys, so in the standard, for example here on a WordPress configuration, you have some sizes here, yeah, like a thumbnail, medium and large. First of all, if you don't use them, even if you don't know what are they for, set everything to 0. Okay, so you will stop creating 3 different copies of your image. You will save the space on your server, and it will be just simply faster to upload the images. Okay, so if I go, for example, let me create some new post, for example, and let's pick some images, like those images. Where are they? So as you can see, there are nearly 1 megabyte each. Yeah. If I want to add them here, so create a gallery. Okay, I can't use them. So let me just copy, because I have those names already in my WordPress. Hold on. So new folder, test, and those test images I will put it here and rename simply. Okay, so usually it takes ages if you drag and drop. Yeah, but those 1 megabyte images, the WordPress doesn't need to crunch for different free sizes. So you just simply keep one copy of your image. Okay? Now, WordPress is a bit cheeky. It is. Because even if you set everything for 0 here, so let's go here to media. Even if you set everything for 0 here, yeah, so you won't create any extra images. It will create one more image. It's usually connected purely to your theme, but it will set another size. Look, I have thumbnail, medium, and large. However, if I go to image sizes, the plugin which we're talking about, I have something like medium large, which is 768. I don't have this in a media configuration, so this plugin allows me to stop all images. If you use, for example, WooCommerce and other plugins or galleries like Enviva, you will see much more here. Now, to keep everything fine on the server and to avoid many different file sizes, select all. If you don't use the select all, and you will just keep everything fine with the media library. Now, Lightspeed Cache. I think this is the plugin that I should, to be honest, avoid talking about, because the chance that it will work on your website is very close to 0, because this is a free plugin, but the server needs a special software for this one. It's just like whole system, and not many hosting operators use that one. However, we use that on our server because it's simply faster. It's just like 400 times faster than Apache in the old version, yeah. And it comes with own PHP sections, and we use Cloud Linux for this one. So the story about this plugin is this is like all-in-one solution. It got everything to minify your website, to optimize your images, to set CDN, to manage the media. It supports the WebP format, which is looks like something new coming up, but it's just like faster. Much faster, and plenty of options for Tonic and for advanced. If you want an object cache, so this is like a memcached version, you can have a browser cache. Plenty of options to speed up the website and get the scores like 100% on GTmetrix or tools ping them. But there is a plugin that I can recommend you for just normal servers, just shared hosting, and this is the WP Rocket. And in my opinion, if you can't have Lightspeed, you should use WP Rocket. WP Rocket. I use this plugin also for my clients' websites if they are not hosted with me. And plugin is amazing, and it costs you only 49 bucks, which is just like really nothing per year. Great support, so I reckon you should use that. But yeah, in a Lightspeed, it's just like a different story for everything. It's just like fast. Okay, let's come back to plugins. Okay, and let's go to active. Now, the query monitor, this is a plugin that I use to monitor my database. You don't need to use that because probably you won't understand anything from this one. I just keep this plugin on because recently I had some issues with Yoast, and I wanted to see what is happening with my database and why it's not showing the images for the Facebook. But I can simply deactivate this one because I don't need this anymore. Okay. The next one, quick page post redirect plugin. Well, this is the easiest plugin that I use for my redirections, and it just simply works. So if I change the content, I put here the requested URL, so old one, and here's the new one. And you don't need to use, HTTP // your full domain. You just need to use / name of the page and the old one and the new one. Like here, for example, if someone is going to visit my wedding planning tips advice, they will be redirected to Lovebug wedding blog. If someone is going to visit Boca Chica old URL, because I was using dates like a year or 2 years ago, now I don't use them, and it's, well, definitely faster. So I don't need that anymore. And plugins, let's come back to plugins. Okay, and again active. So that was quick page. Now since 4.8 or 7 version of the WordPress, we lost a couple of things in a text editor, which wasn't cool, because you know, sometimes we like when the text is justified. I love it for my blog post. So if I do the blog post, it's like a must-have for me to do the wording right, like this one. Yeah, I like this one. I don't like those spaces here, and just it looks weird. But this one is just perfect size for me, perfect shape. So this plugin, re-add text, underline and justify, roll back the changes that WordPress. Oh yeah, you see WordPress 4.7. So I was right. So this plugin simply installed. The settings are in the writing section here, and the editor style, the default is without underline and justify button. I will show you what we're talking about here. So if I edit the post, this is what I see on the toolbar here. Okay, so I have this justify icon, and I have underline, and I have a couple of other icons. If I change this one just to default WordPress, like out of the box, I won't see them. You see, there's no underline, the justify is missing, and the text here, it will look pretty crap. So I like this option, re-add, underline and justify plus rearrange, because if you don't do rearrange, you will see those icons at the end of, they will be here. I don't want them here, I want them in the sections. Yeah. So if I just refresh now, I have the button again. Okay, and underline. Maybe I'm not using underline, but definitely I'm using justify. Okay, and let's come back to plugins. Active. I use a really simple SSL for my SSL certificate. There is nothing to configure here. If you know what you're doing, you can change those options. But seriously, if you know what you're doing, okay. If you don't know anything about SSL, please let someone else do this SSL, because this is only for redirections. In a database, you still need to do the manual job and replace all records. I'm not going to talk how to replace this, because things can go really bad. So I don't want to take responsibility for your steps. Related post for WordPress. We need call to actions. Okay, this is like, you know, when you go into the blog and you for example get to the bottom of it. Let me scroll this one. It's not long, yeah, but let me scroll this. Okay, we're not waiting for images to load, whatever. Okay, more stories. This is my related post. Okay, it's linking automatically. However, I can control this one if I want, and it simply shows other blog posts in the same posts category that you can use, and people can just click to see more, which is nice call to action. If someone is really going into your images and blog posts, that will be helpful, because this plugin keep everything in really the same mood, the same wording. So this is like a destination wedding in Italy, and you see the recommendations also wedding in Ravello, wedding in Spain, and wedding in Dominican Republic. Yeah, so it's pretty good in recognizing the wording and your images. Okay, there are no configuration options for this one. You just like, if you go to configuration, just next, and that's it. Just you need to wait for for this plugin to do the job. I'm using the free version, I'm not using the premium versions. Regarding the premium version of the plugins, I use only one premium version, which is Yoast, nothing else. Okay, I will tell you that shortly. Now, Uncode Core, this is just like my plugin that helps my theme to work. So all those options here, they are thanks to my plugin. Okay, without this plugin, I can't set my theme properly, and my website will be broken. Let's come back to plugins, active. I'm using the Visual Composer. Probably you hear about Visual Composer from older themes. They were using Visual Composer, and plenty of websites from Theme Forest. They use Visual Composer because it's just like drag and drop, easy to build the page, and you simply do whatever you want with the page. You have full flexibility. There are no coded blocks that you can just do only those blocks, not blocks, and this gives you full flexibility. And I can show you, for example, like again maybe about me page. So this is my about page. Okay, hi, I'm Tom. This is like a header, text, image, two columns, and in a different size. So they work well because I'm hiding one image. Yes, I can hide image for the mobile version and iPad version or whatever, just to keep everything in a nice shape. So if I edit this page, for example, and let me duplicate. So we're using the plugin which I talked earlier. Oh, guys, I see that you commenting something, but I will go through comments at the end, okay? Because I see them on a different computer. I just don't want to mess here. Okay, so this is the Visual Composer, and I told you, heading, hi, I'm Tom, text block, empty space is just like, I control how close the elements are between them. So this is about me too, let's call it about me too. So it's exactly the same copy of my previous page, right? Now I want to mix something, so I want to, for example, this text and this text be in the same row, which is very easy. So I have this photographer, so simply move the heading here, move the wording here, move the image to the bottom, update the page, and it will look like this. Okay, that was without any fine tune, because, for example, I want to keep everything in a good shape. So it's just like Visual Composer giving you a lot of options, yeah? So every time you click on the beginning of the row, this one or this one, you have different options. So for example, this one, I want columns with equal height, which is, good. And I want everything sorted to the top. So it will look simply better for my eyes. It won't hurt that much. Top. And another option, which is awesome, because I can upload every image that on a different aspect, and I can set whatever I want. So I want this one by one, and this one, I want one by one. So normally you need to replace the image, prepare something new, but on this one, I simply change aspect ratio to 1 by 1, update this one, and I have square, and I have top to top. And for example, if I wanted this high, I'm Tom, whole row to move somewhere else, okay, that's not a problem. Also, one click, and it looks different than my just normal homepage, than my about page. And also I can use animations, because this is so cool now. But I have cooler thing, because you see the shadow here. Maybe you don't see the shadow because it's very difficult to see the shadow through the live stream. But maybe I will show you this in a better way. I will set large, and this one. This is a cool option, really, because it looks like your website is 3D. Have a look on this. Boom! Just 2 clicks of your mouse. That's it. And you have a shadow. So probably now you know why I built the website like this. I simply love the flexibility here. Okay, page is going to the bin, and we're coming back to plugins. Alright. Next plugin, Updraft Plus Backup and Restore. Yep, we need backup solutions, and backup is awesome. However, it's awesome when you keep this outside of your server. You can't keep the backup on your server. Simply, if someone is going to hack your website, and this is the main reason why we're doing the backup, and well, guess what? They will remove everything. If they are going to remove your website, they will remove also the backup files because they are on the same account that your site. So keep your backup on Amazon, Dropbox, Google Drive, Backblaze, whatever. Backblaze is cheap. It's so cheap these days. And if you want, for example, you can join our Dropbox because we use unlimited Dropbox. So just send me a message and you can start using unlimited Dropbox. Seriously, it's just like unlimited. But the plugin itself, it's just easy in configuration. Sometimes it might work. As you can see, I keep 101 backups of my website. Everything is on a Dropbox. So database, every day, every week, I keep the whole page. Look, the history is since February 12th, but we have May. So I reckon this is like a good amount of backups, and because my Dropbox is unlimited, I can keep as much as I want. Okay? I'm safe. So if something will happen, for example, I don't like my current design and I reckon, the previous one was better, simply click the button restore and whole website will be restored. I mean, whole website. So your blog post the newest will disappear. This is the different story, but all the blog posts, you can get the database only backup. The current one, keep the current one, but restore the old theme, for example, and job done. Okay. Again, let's come back to plugins. We're nearly there. Okay. And active. The Visual Composer clipboard. This is just like a clipboard. It's just working similarly to duplicate page, but it just duplicate only elements of the page. If you use the Visual Composer, you can, for example, the whole column, or one click and it will be duplicated or copied or moved somewhere else. WP SEO HTML sitemap. I use this one to send to Search Console because on a fetch as Google, sometimes we don't want to put everything, link by link. So it will be nice to send whole sitemap as a page and ask them to index everything. So this is my sitemap. All pages are here. Everything is here. Okay? And I'm sending this to Google. I'm not, aware that people will spy this. It doesn't matter, to be honest. It doesn't matter. The purpose is for Google, not for people to use this one. Because for people, most of the links will be anyway broken. However, if they want to see my blog post, happy days, go ahead, see my blog post. And I'm also putting my sitemap live. So it's just like a sitemap, but on HTML version, so Google can index this as a page and follow the links. It works a bit different than just normal XML sitemap. And yes, guys, if someone would ask or say, oh, I do plenty of pages, I don't want to show them. Guys, those pages, if you use Yoast or any SEO plugin, they're in a sitemap. So if someone will just add your domain name and then add like sitemap underscore index.xml or just sitemap.xml, they will see your pages anyway. You can't hide this. You can protect by password, but you can't hide this. Okay? Removing from sitemap is a different story and it's more complicated for you. However, if you really do care about, people not spying your pages, you will do that, okay? I don't care about it. And the Yoast Premium. Yoast is a plugin that I reckon no one needs to introduce. I will post in the comment the whole video with the Yoast workflow. This is the only one plugin that I use for SEO. I don't need anything else, and I'm pretty happy with all the results. And if I go to blog posts, the thing is, I'm not that, robot person who creates text for Yoast. I don't care about, having everything green here, seriously, because I prefer people to understand this one, yeah? And even if it's saying the slug for this page is a bit long, it's just, consider shortening it. Contains stop word, consider. So it's not like a must-have, okay? It's not must-have. And yeah, I need to admit something. Since a couple of months, I don't use alt for images. I'm doing the tests for Google. I'm indexing 2 pages, one with alt, second without alt, and they're ranking the same. So I can't comment this one yet because I don't know what to say, to be honest. But it looks like Google is not checking our alts anymore, and it just doesn't care. It makes sense for me because they're working on this artificial intelligence, so they can read images, they can describe images, they can understand what we writing on a blog post. So it makes sense to me that they don't need our descriptions for the text, because what we do with art, we're not describing the image. We put in keywords, we put in anything which is, which brings the value with the keywords, with the content, but we're not describing the images. So if you dig about alt for images, you will come probably to 90s, 1990, where it was introduced with the first website, and it was made only for people because the connection, the modems were very, very slow, and internet these days is so fast. But previously it was really, really low. So to load like a 400 kilobytes JPEG image, it took like a minute or 2 minutes. So the web browsers earlier were working on arts. So there was a description for the image, and if you like, and if you really want to see what is described here, just click on the image and it will load. That was a Netscape web browser. Click on this, it's good to get some education. Now going through the inactive plugins, because I have a couple of them, and I will show you and tell you why. The first one is Akiba Backup. This is the plugin that you can't install through the WordPress. You need to go to Akiba website. Akiba Backup. Free plugin to backup. Okay. Go to Akiba Backup for WordPress. It's just like download, upload to WordPress, and it works. Yeah. Pretty cool, pretty fast plugin. In the free version, there is nothing automated, so you need to do backups manually and all the bits. However, it's very cool if you want to move your website or duplicate your website and create all the copies somewhere. I highly recommend this one because it's like works on every server comparing to Updraft, because Updraft got a bit more requirements regarding the server and the resources. Broken Link Checker. The plugin, I use this plugin, okay, don't get me wrong, but I keep this inactive because it's heavy. It's working all the time in the background, and I don't need to check my links, all the time, 24 hours. I check them once per week, and that's it. So I turn on the plugin for 1 day or a couple of hours, see the results. If there are broken links, I remove the links and deactivate the plugin, because I don't want this plugin to eat my resources from the server, because it needs to check all the websites in the world. No, sorry about that, but I keep this off. I turn on once per week, and that's it. If you turn on once per month, nothing will happen. Happy days, even better for you. Category order and taxonomy terms order. I stopped using this plugin, however, it's very useful if you want to change the categories, how they show on your website. Sorry about how to mute this one? I can't. Okay. So basically, this plugin helps to sort the categories and the order how they appear on your website. And CDN enabler. When I was using WP Rocket, I had to use CDN enabler. This is by Key CDN. The reason was like not every theme sent everything to CDN. Not every link is served, not every image or background image is served through CDN. That was a pain. That's something that, you know, I was struggling with WP Rocket, so I had to use another CDN plugin, and it made me not comfortable using two plugins for CDN. However, thanks to this one, it really put all files for CDN, and it did the job. But I don't use this anymore, so let's click delete. I keep this one just to show you. Easy fancy box. This is some kind of a light box. Still many people doing, like, you know, on a blog post you can click the image and it will pop in some new window or some frame in the light box. So this is free, this is fast, and it's looking good. And you can control what will be on the image. So if you want to add social icons or title or image file name or even EXIF, you can do this with this plugin. Yeah, of course it comes with free version and paid version. I don't use this at the moment because I removed all links from my images on my blogs. Force regenerate thumbnails. When you activate this plugin, okay, and you activate image sizes, okay, and you set on image sizes everything to, you know, select all, so exclude everything. Go to tools, force regenerate thumbnails, press this button, go and make a dinner or leave it on the night. It will take some time, depend on the size of your website, but this plugin will remove all images from your website, all those not necessary, not needed images file sizes. Okay, so this is a plugin that it doesn't need to run all the time. When you do the job, you simply remove the plugin. Okay, you don't need to keep this one. But let's deactivate this one. Sorry guys. The next one is Google XML sitemaps. So sometimes I'm just doing the tests, what this plugin can do something better with my sitemaps rather than Yoast. But I tried this one, like, you know, 20 times. Every time it loads. So today it's going to Beam. However, you might use this one if you don't use Yoast. Head, footer and post injections. This is the plugin, like free plugin, and it helps to add a code. Sometimes when you, for example, verifying your domain in a G Suite, they ask you to add some code in a footer or add some code in a head. Perfect. Activate the plugin, you will see the head column, paste the code, save, job done. Okay, you don't need to go through the code of your page or your theme or whatever. No. Imagify. Okay, I told you now I'm using the image optimization for the Lightspeed, which is, you know, free for people who are using, for example, my server. And simply I have now 15 groups which are not optimized. I click this button, oops, and my images were sent to Lightspeed. They will optimize images and put it back. So I will see optimized images and I will see also WebP images. Okay, so they are easy to replace automatically through my hosting, which is like, wow, not much coding. But Imagify, that was a plugin. This is a paid plugin, to be honest, because on a free package there will be, like, you know, not much megabytes to optimize, but it's doing exactly the same job except WebP. It's not doing WebP sizes, and yeah, it's just optimizing images. However, be smart, guys. Imagify is just like a subscription, but you can have JPEG Mini Pro. Okay, JPEG Mini Pro. You see this? You know that, yeah? You know that plugin. If not, go to JPEG Mini Pro, jpegmini.com, buy this plugin. And before you upload any image to your website, put them through JPEG Mini, okay? And it's a lossless quality, nothing will change in the quality. Just use that plugin, please. Use that software. Interactive word maps, just my custom plugin. On the previous website, on the previous theme, I had a map, a word map. This is a paid plugin from Code Canyon. That's the one. So just to see how it works, you can go always to Code Canyon in the auto market and preview the plugin. Struggling with the speed here, and that's the map. Okay, so if you want this kind of map, for example, for the places that you shot or the places where you're going to shoot in 2019, that might do the job. And the good thing with this plugin is just it's responsive. It changes the size as you come up with a different screen, and it can link. You see on the bottom when I click on the state, it just shows the information, or it can simply show the link, like this one, yeah. So every bit can link to something else. It's good. You can fully customize this one, colors, background, what it will show. It's pretty easy, and yeah, if you need a map, that's a plugin. jQuery pinned button. Well, that was a period in my life that I thought I will do Pinterest, and I will just show Pinterest icon on my images, so it will be easy for people to pin my images. But to be honest, if you're not focusing properly on a Pinterest and you're not building a strategy for the Pinterest, so it won't work. People won't pin those images. So seriously, if you want to start Pinterest battle or game, be prepared. You need to do a lot of job, not just install the plugin like I did. You need to do a lot of work to make it happen, so people will pin it. My customers don't pin. PB SEO friendly images. I was using this plugin for automatic alt text for images. I don't use this anymore. I told you since 3 months I'm not doing alt text, so I don't want to mess up with anything. And my ranking is still fine. It's even better. Post type switcher. If you use custom post, like I do for those weddings, education, and stories as a portfolio, this is like a one-click solution. If I have the post here and I want to change this one because I thought that won't be a blog post anymore, it will be a portfolio in stories. So one click and it will change from post to stories. Pretty good solution. Query monitor, we talked about this already. Replace content image size. Guys, this is a plugin if you messed up with the images, change the theme, and something will be broken. This is more like a maintenance plugin. I don't recommend using this one. It's complicated. And you can really hurt your website. Server status. If you think that your server is working slow or something like that, install the plugin, activate, and see the resources. You might be pretty surprised that your server is crap. So check this plugin. Smart password protected pages. I think the best example is just to show my friend's website, Wojtek, and he is having the slideshows. So the plugin is doing the job. Okay, the client will get, for example, the password only. So if they type a password here, they will go to their slideshow. But here you can also click the slideshow and it will ask for the password. Yeah. But this is useful because it doesn't need you to search through your post, protected post, and find your password. Find your post. Yeah. Simply put the password and it will automatically find in your WordPress database which page got this password. Boom, job done. Social warfare. I don't use this one. I just installed this one to test. I'm also removing this one now to test because I was struggling with Yoast OG images. I posted that on the group yesterday or 2 days ago, but it doesn't work. Unlist post pages. Well, this is a cool plugin, and I will show you this one. Let's activate this one. For example, I'm going to post. You've seen my blog here, tomrobak.com, and we go to blog. You've seen that, yeah? I don't want to show this. God damn it! You know, I don't want to show this, but I don't want to show this only here. I want this to be visible for Google. So I'm going to edit this post. Okay, the plugin is activated. See this? Unlist post. Check this. Update. Job done. It won't. It is a visible post if someone got the link, like Google or your client. However, on my blog, it's not visible anymore. You see, it's gone. Which is cool. You can hide the post with one click, and happy days. So let's turn it on because I don't want to hide it here. Update, and it's back again. If I refresh the page, boom. Easy, right? And I keep this as inactive because currently I don't use this plugin. Yeah, the rule is simple. If you don't use the plugin, make it inactive. If you really don't use the plugin, remove that from your WordPress, okay? So after this live, I'm going definitely to remove a couple of plugins here because I won't use them like this PB SEO friendly. To remove the plugins just like 1 second. But it will save your space on the server. Alright, now the next one, WP Control. This is the plugin for the maintenance if you struggle with cron system, automatic tasks. For beginners, I don't recommend to use the plugin because you might screw up something. You might screw up updates for your WordPress or backups and other bits. So this is only for advanced users if they want to control something. Usually the WordPress out of the box is doing a good job. Sometimes if you struggle with something, use this plugin to control the cron. That's it. WP external links. This is the plugin, for example, for people who want to add no follow or no opener for all external links. Okay, it says like SEO friendly option and more, but it might be SEO friendly option. However, sometimes I don't wanna do all links like no follow, no opener, because my comments on below my blog post, I give people link. Okay, so if they put the website, I don't mind to do follow. Okay, because first of all, I do a selection of comments. Yeah, I have a queue, for example, here of the comments, which I'm not accepting the comments like, you know, sorry, reflection weddings, left a comment like 11111 in half an hour. Okay, and so basically you control everything with your comments, so you can share the links with people. If you don't want to share the link with people and you don't want to, you know, help them with SEO and appreciate that they left a comment, you can use WP external links. No value for people from your comments. And WPML, this is a whole pack for translations. I'm preparing my website to be translated in other languages like Polish, but it's not for now. So if you want to translate the website and have different language versions, like for example my friend Super Weddings, cool videographer, he's having 3 different versions. So this is an English version. Yeah, that's the website made by Robak. And you can have the German version. Just click and you will see DE. So this is a German version. And you can have a Polish version. Okay, now my lovely friend needs to do more work because this is not translated. However, the rest is okay. It's up to him, okay? But yeah, this is how it works. And what's more, it's automatically recognizing the web browser and the IP, the geolocation. So your client, for example, from UK will get automatically English version. If someone will open the website from Germany, they will get the German version. However, you can switch this pretty easy. Okay, let's come back to my plugins. And Yoast SEO free version out. And that's it, to be honest. That's all about my plugins. Now guys, let me turn on the Facebook and maybe we can go through the comments. Hold on a second, where are the comments? Okay, comments. Do we have any comments here? Oh, I will see myself here. Yeah. That's weird. Okay. Hey Tom, so if we are hosted with you, we should have Lightspeed instead of April Rocket? Of course! Yes, buddy. Ian, use Lightspeed. Not many comments. So it looks like you understand, guys, everything, which is a happy days to me. Very, very good. Anyway, I will leave this this video for a day or maybe two, so people can watch this one, add the comments, and yeah, if you need any help, just give me a shout. help@tomrobak.com. Thank you very much and speak soon. Bye bye, guys.